let's start with this. I originally, um, where do I even begin? This year has been the absolute year from, oh my gosh, I'm glad this year's over. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But we'll go into it though. I need to go upstairs and get some socks in the meantime, but we'll talk about it. So basically, this year I started off. I was working for a school as a caterer. Give me one second, because for privacy reasons, I cannot show myself. So I was working for a school. I didn't like working for the school, but I was working for them anyway because I needed the money. Um, as of last November, I left this school and quit due to sexual harassment. Um, just it was a lot of things, y'all. It was a lot. Okay, it was a lot. Um, I worked in a cafeteria for school. There was a lot of drug usage. There were people getting high on the job. There was, when you work in these type of environments, you try to just mind your business, and you're able to mind your business until you're not, until what's being done starts to affect you directly, right? So, I just try to mind my business, stay in my lane. Um, that's kind of like my MO when I work anywhere, is to mind my business and stay in my lane. And unfortunately, I was unable to do that in this situation because the person that I knew um, was being sexually harassed, as well as, just stuff like inappropriate touching, like people coming up behind you while you have a butcher knife in your hand, rubbing your back and stuff. Just inappropriate touching. Just keep your hands to yourself, right? We all grown. Keep your hands to yourself. So small stuff like that. Um, you know, being, I mean, despite living within close proximity of my job, with me being narcoleptic and not having any transportation, that became a issue as well with me getting to work on time because I'm fucking narcoleptic and I don't drive. Um, so yeah, that was part of that. No, I don't need a mind, thank you. But yeah, so that was part of that. Outside of that, other issues that were looming in that job. It's just a lot of sexual harassment going on. I'm not gonna lie. It was a ton. I'm talking supervisors going and grabbing dicks, whole nine. I reported this on my exit interview, and they did nothing about it because the people who were involved still work there. And how I found out that the people who were involved still work there is recently I went to the school, and the lady who was the supervisor who's committing these acts still works there. So I made the decision to leave this specific company because the company is trash. They have taken over primarily all schools in my state, apparently. I'm talking everywhere. It used to be Aramark, and they replaced Aramark. Use your critical thinking skills, okay? Aramark no longer is number one when it comes to school cafeterias in my state, anything of that matter. They kind of just came in and took over everything. And there's a lot of shit that goes on at these different locations, these various locations that is unethical. This was not I ended up working later on. This year, so fast forward November, we know why I left, right? I ended up having to come back, but instead I'm working a different sector, which is the catering sector, which is like a warehouse. So my narcolepsy is getting worse because I'm starting to black out due to the lack of sleep because they had me working second shift, which was fine at first when I was in the cafeteria because it's not as much manual labor. You cooking the food, chopping up food, moving back and forth, making sure what needs to be done is done. You have a strict itemized list of what you need to do. Boom. With the catering, all over the fucking place. Because mind you, we're catering to the whole entire school. So it was a healthier environment for me in the catering, but I started to notice shit there. That I'm just like, nah, this ain't gonna rock. I mean, you got these students who ain't doing shit, and I'm doing all the work, this ain't gonna work for me because it's not. And so ultimately, I left the catering because we had 5 or 6 students graduate. A head supervisor left. A lady who they were going to give a promotion to, she rejected the promotion and left because she was moving back to Colorado. So I'm like, okay, cool. So y'all have it in your budget to give me a pay raise. I'm only making $16 an hour. My rent is $1,000 a month. I need more money. I even explained to them as far as like me eating. I said I've been taking food home to eat. I haven't even been going grocery shopping. So they're like, oh, okay, we understand that, but unfortunately, because you don't drive, da 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 da. So they give me the, oh, you don't drive, bullshit, right? I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, I had already written up my letter of resignation prior to me even having this talk with them. So I said, yo, if y'all, they're not giving me a pay raise, I'm out. That's really how this is about to go. I'm just saying. So, they didn't give me the pay raise, and it was coming to the point where it was about to be summer break or spring break or whatever the fuck. And so the school's about to take a big break. And during the summertime, literally, there's no business. I've worked there during the summer before. There's no business at all. Catering has absolutely nothing because all the students have left campus. So all the student organizations that usually are putting in these orders to have these catering events and stuff, all of them leave and go home. Whether that's out of state, whether it's them going on a summer vacation, they all leave. Okay, cool. So we get rid of that or whatever. And I'm to a point where I'm like, okay, I don't want to leave this job, but I'm forced to leave this job because I'm not making enough money. And I know come summertime, y'all not going to have any hours for me. I already wasn't working full time. Alex, what's up? I'm already not working full time. So I already know y'all not going to have enough hours for me. Okay, cool. Once the head supervisor left and her salary was available and she had taught me everything and I trained under her and I had been training under her for months. Once the girl who was there the same amount of time with me, who just so happened to be white, who I was training with, who I was going with to these events and setting up, who showed me everything, once she left, my job, she's getting a promotion, I'm not. She's been there for the same exact amount of time. I confirmed this with somebody who actually got promoted to supervisor, right? I'm like, okay, cool. So she got promoted to supervisor, but we got one quitting. And then we have the student salaries who are also freed up. I even heard them say that they had in their budget for another person. I overheard the manager saying that, hence me having the talk of, is it possible for me to get a pay raise? We need to have this conversation before school lets out. Because if the answer is no, there's no point in y'all even signing me up to come back because I'm not coming back. And I'm not about to be taking jobs every blue moon, struggling all over again. I'm not doing it. So the consistency in work was not there. The pay was low pay. Mind y'all, I'm coming from an IT background where I'm making $21 an hour minimum. I've never made over that. So after a decade of IT, I've never made over that. Long story there, but yeah, okay, cool, whatever. So I leave and I'm doing gigs on InstaWork. I'm doing gigs on Quick. I'm doing gigs. Can't do Upshift because Upshift banned me from their platform for whatever reason, but they had the 4 strikes thing on Upshift. I got banned from Upshift. So okay, cool, whatever. Now, once I leave there, May, June, July, August, September, 4 months that I cannot get unemployment, that I'm not working, that I'm trying to figure out how am I going to bring in some extra income. So when May came around, luckily I still had some money left over. Or this happened probably mid-May, I think. No, May 31st was my last day. So June came around, I still had some money left over. July came around, I am scrounging. July came around, I am scrounging. Mind you, throughout this whole time, I'm still doing the little gigs on InstaWork and these other little gig apps or whatever. August come around, I am in dire need of a fucking job. September rolls around, I've landed a gig through InstaWork where you work full time, doing general labor at a nursing home. I started working at this nursing home here in my city. Did not know that it was one of the worst nursing homes. I knew something wasn't really up with this place only because on InstaWork, there's this thing in my city where if a gig sits there for a long time, there's a reason why it's sitting there for a long time. My dumb ass didn't realize that.
So I go with, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna choose this gig or whatever because I need them. I desperately need the money at this point. Gigs only paying $17 an hour. I didn't care. I just needed something, right? I agreed to this gig. I agreed to do 3 months. So from September to November 1st, I was supposed to be working, right? I end up leaving October 9th and lost a whole bunch of money due to um, basically when I went in there in this nursing home, there was a supervisor, her girlfriend, or her fiance. Supervisor, her fiance. Everything was cool at first. Well, actually, I'm gonna be real with you. First day, the girlfriend was bitching. Right? I'm like, okay, the girlfriend's bitching or whatever, whatever. I'm not worried about this shit. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, people. There's always that one person who complains about doing their damn job. Right? Okay, cool, fine. I ignore her as long as she ain't talking to me stupid. I don't care. Right? Then she made the mistake of talking to me like she was stupid, and that's where I had to draw the line because it was like, okay, I don't bother you. I stay in my lane. I do my job. I ask y'all what y'all need me to do. You're not a manager, mind you. Your girlfriend is the manager. So I'm going to your girlfriend. Hey, what you need me to do? Da 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 da. I'm, you know, the head manager or supervisor. I'm going to her. Her girlfriend had told me she was like every role that I've been in prior to this one has been a managerial role. She said so. She said, my girlfriend, she be being with the supervisor. She be being too nice. She just be being nice all the time. Yada yada yada. So I'm like, okay, I understand. I get it. I get it. I get it. Cool. So, I'm not caring what the fuck she's talking about. I'm just here to do my damn job. You know what I'm saying? She had an issue with one of the workers because he barely worked. We would get there 7 o'clock in the morning. I would be doing all the work. He would claim he was going to clean floors, and he would literally be doing absolutely nothing because the floors would not be cleaned by the time the manager got there. 2, 3, 4 hours after the fact. Now, anyways, um, we'll continue on. Specifically on the date of October 9th, I come in, everything seems cool. Now, mind you, this is a build up because this woman doesn't even want to be there. She says she was interviewing to get another job. She didn't even want to be there anymore. I'm like, okay, cool. I can understand why you don't want to be here. We're watching a lot of neglect, which has already been reported to Department of Nursing for the state. We're watching a lot of shit happen. I get it. I understand why you don't want to work here. Carry on. Your girlfriend's already, the supervisor, already making the money. Carry on. But they got 5 kids. So I'm like, okay, y'all got 5 kids. Cool. So I'm like, I understand the need for 2 paychecks, especially when you have multiple children, da 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 da. Somebody who came from a multi-parent or a multi-child household. I get it. Okay. Um, so I was asking them, hey, I know it's your fiance, when y'all gonna get married, da da da, because I was gonna offer my services because I'm a photographer. I've been a photographer since 2018. So I'm like, I can definitely da 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 da, help out with this, da da da. Um, Ultimately, that did not happen because we ended up falling out. Now, my services were actually offered to one lady whom never reached out. And I'm guessing she didn't reach out due to the job situation that happened. But basically, October 9th, I went into work thinking that um, I went into work thinking that I was going to do my job. It's another day. I was running a little late that day, but I got there. Made sure everything was done because, of course, old dude doesn't come in to super freaking late. And I'm thinking we're gonna have a good day. Probably around 10:30, I ended up leaving. 10:30 a.m. Because I got cussed out by the supervisor's girlfriend. Now, mind you, she cussed me out for no reason. She had been huffing and puffing since she came in. I asked her what's wrong. She was like, nothing. She just shook her head. I was like, okay. I left it alone. I go do what I need to do. I come back. Um, She's telling me, oh, you need to go pull linen because my job was, I'm the laundry person for the nursing home. We need to pull linen at certain times because these people pissing shit on themselves all day. Or they're pissing shit all day. A lot of them are older so they can't get to the bathroom. They need to be changed consistently, frequently. Their linen needs to be changed consistently, frequently. We have to wash linen literally all day to the point where there's no night shift that comes in. So when you come in, literally linen is stacked yay high. Like they have a trash bin for the linen or like a giant bin for the linen. And there's like these mini bins that were really meant for trash, but they utilize them as for linen. And they're stacked this high when you come in for laundry. So you have to, everything is not always bagged. Sometimes this stuff is unbagged, it's soiled. Sometimes you might have shitty diapers rolled up in linen. It was just a hot fucking mess. These nurses did not give a fuck. I mean, I'm talking the pee pads wrapped up in the linen, and we thinking, oh, it's just linen. Let's throw it in the wash machine. But no, you actually got to shake everything out. Now, imagine somebody has diarrhea, and you have to shake that out because you're trying to make sure that lazy ass nurses didn't leave piss pads and shitty diapers rolled up in the fucking linen. It was ridiculous. Mind you, we didn't even have enough fucking PPE. We ain't got enough fucking gloves. We having to go to the nurse's station to take their gloves because we ain't have enough fucking gloves. It was ridiculous. So it's like, yeah, it was just, yeah, no. It was unhealthy. It was unsanitary. Mind you, I'm risking getting hepatitis C. It got to the point where I was the only person who was clearing out the dirty linen, me and the other dude, but the supervisor's girlfriend stopped clearing out dirty linen. I'm like, okay, well, I thought this was, if we're going to be fair, let's be fair. Why am I the only one ever clearing out the dirty linen? All you do is fold up the clean linen or take the linen from the washing machine to the dryer, but you never touching no dirty linen. And I got a problem with this image. I got a problem with this. Why am I the only one touching shitty linen? That's not what I sound. I didn't sound to be Molly the maid. Then the days that I'm not touching shitty linen, your girlfriend, supervisor, got me going up to first floor, which I don't want to be, have no contact with any of the residents, and cleaning and sweeping and mopping rooms, and you know what I'm saying? There was a dude who was already supposed to be doing that. So at first, when she was assigning him, well, there'd be days that he just call out and just wouldn't come to work. So guess who had people that slack? Right. So I'm tired of being this person already, and we already 2-3 months in. So fast forward or whatever. Ultimately that day, I asked her one last time, I can sense the tension in the room. She did a side conversation with her girlfriend, which there was this thing where she would do like these side fucking conversations and shit, and then they come back in and her girlfriend would start yelling at me. I'm like, whoa. I'm not receptive to anybody yelling at me. My own mama and daddy don't yell at me. You're not about to yell at me and talk to me like I'm your child. That's number one. Number two, if you need me to do something, you can call me and say, hey, I need you to do this, do this, do this. But what happened is the girlfriend would go bitching to her fiance, and which is the supervisor, and the supervisor come in the room like hopping down my throat, and I'm like, whoa, where's this coming from? Y'all blindsiding me because y'all having little side meetings. Because she's like, I'm tired of this shit. Okay, well, girl, you don't have to work here. You do nothing right. You could quit. You see what I'm saying? I get very frustrated with people who have such a problem with their job that they have a problem functioning. If it's that bad, sis, you know you can leave. You know you can go home. You can clock the fuck out. You ain't got to be here. If it's that bad, you signed up for this shit. Nobody put a gun to your head and made you sign up for this job. You really signed up for it because you knew your fiance was a supervisor. You can get in, right? You now finally have the help that you need, but you acting like you don't want the fucking help. Hello, I'm the help. So do you want the assistance or not? Because if not, I can keep it moving. Mind you, this gig was up November 1st, so I wasn't tripping. I was just trying to tough it out because I needed the extra money. Mind you, I'm riding or taking Ubers and Lyfts 30 minutes out from where I live, damn near 35, 40 minutes from where I live, worried about how to get back home, having to get back home, you know, before 5 o'clock traffic comes back. It's crazy. So it's like, luckily I would get off at 3:30. I work from like 7 a.m. to 3:30, and I'll be able to get off at 3:30. Hopefully be able to catch the bus, take my ass to the transit, catch the train from uptown to where I'm at, right? Then catch an Uber from the train to get home. I wouldn't get home, y'all, to probably 5 or 6 o'clock. Mind you, it's only a 30-minute train ride, or I probably might get home right at 5 o'clock. Like right at 5 o'clock, where the prices start peaking on Uber and Lyft, yada, yada, yada. So, that's nobody's problem, whatever, yada, yada. Now, the issue I had was, you know, like I said, you had the incident where she went off, had a side conversation, that the supervisor comes in, okay, this is when you need to pull. You need to pull it this time. And I'm like, and I'm trying to figure out what's the issue, because I had already pulled when they came in. I already pulled. There was stuff already in the washing machine when they came in. There was a bin sitting there with shitty linen when they came in because the washing machines, both washing machines were full. We only had 2 washing machines to work with. So I'm trying to figure out at what point did I not pull, did I not do my job, right? The second time it was time to pull, rather than her saying, hey, you know, it's time for you to pull, because we don't have specific times that we pull at. When I asked the first couple of days, hey, is there a specific time I need to be pulling? I was told, no, we don't pull at specific times. Literally, the supervisor came in and said, okay, you need to pull at 7 o'clock when you come in, pull again at probably around 9 o'clock. She said, then pull again around 12. And when she said pull again around 12, her girlfriend said, no, she need to pull before 12. Because 12 o'clock is lunchtime, and everybody need to be going on their break at 12. Or she need to be going on her break at 12. Because I ain't got time for this shit. She's like, I'm not about to keep doing this. I'm like, doing what shit? You don't do shit. You sit there on your phone. I'm literally the one getting the shitty linen. Not you. I'm the one getting up and running around all day. You literally sitting here waiting for shit to wash and dry. You literally do nothing. You have no job outside of folding clean clothes. You don't have to worry about potentially catching fucking hepatitis C or some shit. I do. Because I'm handling the fucking dirty linen. Mind you, y'all don't have enough masks. Y'all don't have enough gloves. Like I said, I'm having to go to the nurse station and take their gloves from them that they need to be using for residents. Right? I'm having to go to the end of the hall or the basement and be like, hey, can I get some gloves? We ain't got the gloves. Because they didn't get no gloves for the fucking laundry department who has to handle shitty and pissy linen, which is retarded as fuck. But anyways, I digress. So, I'm like, all right, cool, right? Whatever. Well, after that situation happens, I get up and walk out. Another coworker walks by, she's like, Key, what's wrong? Da, 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 da. I said nothing, just don't even worry about it. I'm waiting for I just want to go get some fresh air. I'm waiting for the elevator takes too long, I come back in. I now know that coworker went in and asked the supervisor's girlfriend, hey, you know, what's going on with Key? So as I turn around and do an about face to go in because the elevator taking too fucking long and the elevator has to go up like 3 floors. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to go back in. Because it was really stuffy in the basement or whatever. I just go through the back door. When I come in, she's snapping. I don't give a fuck who got an attitude. Da 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 da. Da da da. I don't give a fuck about nobody's attitude today. Da da da. And I was like, what's going on? She's like, what's going on is motherfuckers act like they don't know how to do their damn job. We go through this shit every fucking day. And I was trying to figure out who she was talking to. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I said, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Because I'm not gonna be receptive to you talking to me like that. She just, you know what's fucking wrong? Motherfuckers act like they don't know I'm doing that motherfucking job. We go through this shit every fucking day. Da da da. She just snapping. The same way she was snapping, y'all, the first day that I was working there. But now the anger was geared towards me for whatever reason. And I didn't do shit to you. I'm just the person in closest proximity who you feel like you're about to bully, who you really not. Because, bitch, I bullied the bully. So I'm like, okay. So I don't say anything. I'm like, okay, I said, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Don't tell me to fucking calm down. And really, honestly, you need to shut the fuck up talking to me. Da da da. Because if you want it, if you want hands can get laid the motherfucking day. When any black person start doing this, they want to fight. So I'm like, oh, this bitch want to fight. I'm not tripping, but I'm not about to lose my job behind no bullshit either. When I got bills to fucking pay, you got 5 kids you gotta take care of. So I'm like, to save your job, I'm thinking about your kids before you thinking about it, because you cussing me out really was a reason for her to actually get fired. She should have been removed from the shit. She should have actually been fired. But that's not what happened. So I said, oh, okay, cool, bet. Since you struggling so much and you just such a damn, baby, you can do this shit by your damn self. And I packed up my shit and I left. But before I left, I called the supervisor, hey, I'm leaving. She's like, wait, no, you can't. I said, no, I'm leaving. I said, I don't know what's going on with your girl, but she tripping. I said, she just cussed me out for no reason. I'm fucking leaving. I'm gonna need that clock out code. Because through InstaWork, you have to clock out, or they'll make it seem like you walked off. And if you walk off the shift, then you won't be able to get no more shifts. So I told her, I don't care about that. And she was like, well, meet me on the first floor. So I get off the elevator. I'm talking on the phone to the supervisor as she's coming up. And I'm telling her what happened. She's like, well, when you said she cussed you out, like, what exactly did she say? And I tell her what the fuck she said. And she's like, oh, no, that's not going to work. She's like, I'm going to be real with you. She said she's not in the best of moods right now. She said, we had a death in our family. Da, 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 da. Okay, well, she should stay her ass at home. If she was that emotionally distraught, she should leave her ass at home. And that's not me being not empathetic, because clearly you lost a family member. I know the family member that she lost. So it's just like, she had been telling me about this family member. Cool, fine, dandy. But my thing was, at the end of the day, if you are that emotionally unstable, you need to stay home. Not only for your mental health, but for others, because you're creating a hostile work environment by bringing all that energy to work and projecting it onto people who ain't do shit to you. So, cool. Now, I end up telling her I'm leaving. I'm not going back in there with her because I feel like she's going to try to fight. I'm not about to get attacked by nobody in this bitch. So, and I know that girl, she definitely has fighting tendencies, and I'm not about to feel the need to like, I hate to have to beat your bitch ass. Basically, ain't no other way to say it. Because I'm the type, I will pick up a chair and knock you upside your fucking head. I am very much, if I feel threatened, I'm using whatever's at my disposal. If the fist don't work, let's go to plan B. And plan B is knocking you upside your head with whatever the fuck is around. That's plan B. Or your head being banged up against concrete. Which one you want to do? So I very much am that person. So rather than me casting a charge for assault, I decided to go ahead and get my ass the fuck about that situation and do what's best for her and me, which is me removing myself from the situation to de-escalate. Because clearly me de-escalating is making her more aggressive. So let me remove myself, right? So the supervisor gives me the code. She's like, here you go. Da 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 da. She's like, I'm so sorry about this. You know, I'm about to go talk to her. Da 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 da. Now, I'm on my way home, and I look, and I'm trying to actually cancel all the future shifts. Or before I was even canceling all, I tried to cancel all the future shifts, and the platform wouldn't let me. They told me you'd be losing X amount of dollars if you cancel the shifts. So I'm like, damn, that is a lot of money for me to be losing. I still need to be able to pay rent in the next 2 months. There's no point in me even doing this. Let me stop. Right? Let me just stop. Let me think about this. So I took the next day off as a leave of absence, which was that Friday, and then I planned on coming back that Monday. Well, when I got home, y'all, guess what I noticed? Literally, she had removed me from all the shifts. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I later found out that basically she removed me from all the shifts because this is a coworker who currently works there still, who told me, or ex-coworker at this point, but she told me basically that some lady who was on the elevator with her overheard me speaking to somebody and told her to DNR me, and her dumb ass did it. I was like, you DNR'd me or whatever. Then she gave me a 1 star, and for anybody who ever has worked with InstaWork, you know, if you get a 1 star, it basically fucks up your, there's like certain achievements you could do. Certain achievements where if you are like platinum or gold or anything like that, there's like different ranks that you have for InstaWork. If you're a certain ranking, you get paid more money and you get more gigs. So because she marked me as a 1 star that day and I didn't do shit, I not only lost, and she DNR'd me, I not only lost about $3,000 in wages, I also, which would have covered me for the next 3 months. November, December, and January, I would have been paid for the $3,000. But not only did I lose that money, I also lost gigs. So now I can't work no hospitality gigs because this bitch gave me a 1 star or whatever. And later I found out from working a shift with somebody who actually worked with this lady, and who knows exactly what I'm talking about. She said the same shit happened to her. Basically that in order for them to put that 1 star, they have to lie and say that something bad happened or that something happened. Now my thing was, I wrote to InstaWork and told them, hey, you know, I've always had 5 stars. The only one day that she gave me a 1 star is the day that me and her girlfriend fall out. So that's unfair that she's able to, basically that's a conflict of interest. There's a conflict of interest, her and her girlfriend working together, number 1. Number 2, it was a hostile work environment, number 2. And number 3, I can sue the fuck out of y'all. Not only me sue the fuck out of y'all, but every resident in there can sue the fuck out of the nursing home just for the conditions that these people were living in, y'all. It was ridiculous. I'm talking like, motherfuckers, not like people sitting in pissy diapers for over an hour, sometimes over 30 minutes, which can lead to a rash. I'm talking about people who can't walk. 70% of people are immobile, can't get out of their bed, okay? Hence the whole laundry buildup and all that shit. Nurse neglect. They hear the bells of the rooms of the people going off, and they be sitting there having such an interesting conversation about absolutely nothing. Like they don't hear the fucking alarm going off. You had allegedly clients who was having overdoses because they wasn't keeping good enough medical records as far as monitoring who gets what dosages of medicine, how much they should get. It was also alleged by somebody before I left. The week that I left, a lady died. And they was claiming that lady was perfectly fine and that she just randomly died. She's in perfect health, y'all. Well, somebody went around saying that a nurse came from 3rd floor to the 2nd floor, didn't know that woman's regular dosage and just gave her anything, and the woman died from an overdosage. She OD'd. Which is very much possible. Just saying. The amount of neglect and shit, a lack of paperwork, could be very much possible. Now, it's all you do research. No matter how desperate you are for money, do research before you join anything, before you sign any contracts, because had I did a research on that place, I would have known that they changed their name in order because they had a legal lawsuit for a wrongful death lawsuit. And that was exactly why they changed their company. They changed the name of the company. Because when people Google the new name, nothing comes up. But when you Google the old name, I hope the fucking lawsuits come up about wrongful deaths and all this extra shit. So, fast forward past that. And I'm still allowed to work for the platform, but they fucked up my numbers. When I contacted InstaWork, I was told supervisors do have they're at the discretion to choose who they want to not work there anymore and da 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 da. Despite me telling them exactly what happened. In the paperwork, they asked me, did I have any witnesses? I told them, yeah. Mm-hmm.